Hey y'all, it's Dalanie.
And it's Katie, and this is Classically Black Podcast,
where we talk all things classical music and being black in the profession.
with trap beats playing in the background. Hey, I thought I'd just talk to y'all. Y'all don't know
right. Yeah, because we got quite the march ahead, so we're doing...
March always... I feel like every March in the history of the show, I've complained about March. It's just a lot. It's always like, what's the obsession with March? Everything got to happen in March. Oh, you know what? It'd be April. My April's always be bad.
Oh.
It's not gonna be bad this time. Except for that, if all that stuff happened, be back to back. But that's it. It's back to back with fun stuff, not like.
But we're not doing it in April, huh?
What's in April? What are you talking about?
Girl, we were supposed to start the episode 3 hours ago.
Jesus.
So we can't go back to. Remember that one time?
No, we cannot go back to
that one. There was one period of time.
We will not go back to that.
Every time we talked to each other, because we just had, it was a lot going on, and so we wasn't talking as friends. So every time we got together to do the show or any type of meeting, we'd be talking literally for 4 hours.
We would have to reschedule the show so many times.
We have to reschedule. So what we finna do?
Yeah, because I'm not recording the show at midnight. So, like. We will not go back to that. We will not go back.
Because that did not even feel good.
It didn't.
Because now it's just like you got to carve out something.
Yeah,
And also it would just be kind of ridiculous because we just see each other a lot more.
Yeah.
It would be ridiculous.
Yeah. No, we're not going back.
We won't go back.
Crazy.
Well, we saw that worked out and we went back. So,
but for one little time, and we actually ended up being fruitful.
Oh my god! People are like, "Dang, already, y'all." But like, she said we not going back, and here we are back. So
real back.
Like, anyway,
we're good for Kamala. She has money and access, so she don't have to worry about anything.
Right? They're saying she's considering running for governor.
That'll be cute. She said that, or the girls are saying that?
I think the girls are saying that.
Oh, okay. But so she's not.
But I think it's like insiders because they was like she'll like make a decision and the thing, but it's like reputable like.
Oh, I see.
Things talking about it, but you never know. Okay. I'm just gonna do one piece of news this week, so we could.
Yeah, let's just.
Which won't even be news by the time this come out, but it's fine. Because some of y'all don't be plugged in. So the LA Phil has just unveiled some highlights from Gustavo Dudamel's final season at Walt Disney Concert Hall.
That's okay. I'm gonna try to go see him.
I was like, dang, he really leave. I'm like, you for real? You leaving?
17 years kind of crazy. Like
when I saw that, I was like, no way, 17 years.
It's like I get his stink.
I was like, it don't feel like it's been 17 years. I feel like I remember when Gustavo came here. But
I'm too much of a Rolling Stone. 17 years?
But to be fair, he been rolling around. Like, you know, it's like you've been with the orchestra, but also you got that thing in Paris, which is why I can see why you moving over there. But you've been having that thing in Paris. You be all over the place playing with other orchestras and stuff. Like, it's a pretty varied profession, but yeah, he
don't be at work though, because has he conducted this season? Okay, he probably has. But I'm just saying, like, I was looking at some concert. I want to go see something. I said, "Oh, hey, twin, you don't be at work." Okay,
yeah, people be having I wonder how that whole New York thing finna go. I'm curious, but
yeah, because the girls are eccentric over there.
But at that orchestra, are they?
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
I like that because people are saying the audiences are a little different.
But different how?
I mean, LA Phil programming is, I feel like, unique to an extent. Obviously, they're still an orchestra. Like they finna do what they finna do. But like I think even just the formats and stuff that they like, that whole noon to midnight festival I went, where they had literally, it was like this whole new music festival where they had different stages all over the hall, and it was from noon to midnight, and it was like this.
The union knew about that,
huh?
The union knew about that.
Well, it was also other stuff going on. Like, it wasn't all... I mean, it was orchestra musicians. The orchestra was there and stuff. But, you know, it was smaller ensembles, and it was different things. Art installations, and it was in partnership with... It was a whole thing. They were doing all kind of crazy stuff. But, Yeah, so the 2025-2026 season is going to be his last in this role. Obviously, I think he finna, he'll be around. I think, guest conductor type stuff. And also this means that their next music director announcement is imminent.
Oh, they still haven't announced it. They so dramatic.
Cause like I guess they want to let he want to let Gustavo have his moment, but it's also you gotta do it before. I don't really know what the timing is finna be.
Cause like how like I mean they probably they have a whole marketing team, but it's like you would do it too late. It's gonna overshadow like his little final concert and stuff like that. Like why don't you do it now? Oh, not now, but maybe they do it at the top of the season.
It's probably will be maybe at the top or somewhere in the beginning or the middle. And if it's who I think it's gonna be, it will be
I wonder if the girls are betting on it, like how the men be betting on football and stuff.
Yeah, put some, send it in.
Let me know if y'all wanna gamble.
Right.
Cause how long Jonathan Hayward been at Baltimore?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, and I wonder which way they're gonna go. They're gonna go for somebody like young and new, like how they did with Gustavo.
I mean, Jonathan's he's conducting on the Hollywood Bowl in September. What if that's like never mind. I think that would be teased because he's like young and new. But I don't know. He just got to Baltimore.
My guess is Esapeka coming back. That's what I think, because he left San Francisco because of they said their budget and his vision wasn't matching up.
No, they got budget and vision.
Plenty in LA, and he been here before. It'll be safe, but I was just like, what do you do after Gustavo? Like he was such a big deal.
Yeah, so I gotta be someone.
And like Esapeka is a big deal, but he's a big deal because he's been around. But like, and it's like, how do you drum up? I don't know. I don't really know because I was a kid when Gustavo came here, but like I don't know what was the appeal, what they like made around him, or did he just happen to be exciting, or like how do you replicate that? I don't know.
Yeah, because like it was kind of a perfect storm. Like he's young, he's Venezuelan, with all the popularity of El Sistema, and it's like how he do this. Like he was I was gonna say favelas, those are in Brazil, but he was like, which he wasn't. He literally low-key came from money or like stability at least. He wasn't he had to walk 7 miles with his baton,
which okay.
he had to walk 7 miles with his baton there and back. It was hot. But he had a dream. He had a dream, a baton, and a Beethoven score that he wrote by hand on the back of a cereal box that he found outside. Like, it really wasn't all that.
He would go to the lake and conduct the fish.
Because that's all he had a dream in mind. And one day he said, I'm going to go to America.
Because they would love a story like that.
Because Michaela the Prince, who passed unexpectedly, in my opinion, and they family's been very private about, which they should. I was like, whoa. Her whole story was when she was adopted from Sierra Leone, and she saw a picture of a ballerina on the floor of some newspaper clipping, and she was like, I want to do that someday. Then her parents got killed, and she got adopted, and she became a ballerina. So, and they loved it. I mean, because obviously, like, rightfully so. It's an amazing story, but yeah. And then you just gone like that. It's great. And she lost her mom like a month before, or maybe like either a week or a month before. And she got a sister too that was also adopted from the orphanage with her. It's just like, you lost your mom and your sister so close together. That's kind of crazy, man.
Okay, well, his final season, they're titling it Gracias Gustavo, and it says it'll be 10 months of programming, revisiting and expanding upon his passion, humanity, and vision throughout his tenure at the LA Phil. Programs include the return of such longtime collaborators, as Frank Gehry and Alejandro Inarritu, hopefully I'm saying that right, It'll have a juxtaposition of core repertoire with contemporary voices, investments in the meeting of art and social action, and some of the very best compositions fostered by Dudamel's border transcending Pan-American music initiative that's been going on for a few years. So yeah, they I think they're gonna release the full season later, but they have some season highlights here. It's including he's opening up the season with a world premiere of a work for orchestra and choir by Pulitzer Prize winning composer Ellen Reed, which is co-commissioned by the LA Phil and the New York Phil. I was like, oh, that's sweet.
Cute.
Oh, they said we holding hands. Oh,
That's cute.
Y'all kind of ate that up. Y'all did. Y'all said we playing nice. Could you imagine they was fighting?
Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna try to go live on Instagram.
Like, yeah. So that's gonna be what they're opening the season with, world premiere. They're also going to be doing Firebird Suite and The Rite of Spring. He loved them too. Maybe every.
Let it go.
He's also going to be conducting the LA Phil and the LA Master Chorale on Mahler 2. So I feel like they also like they doing a little bit of everything. Like, let's get the chorale in here. Let's get like trying to do a little bit of everything. He's also gonna do Beethoven's Missa Solemnis, which I've never heard of. But that's bringing together choral and orchestral performance. Pretty Yende is gonna be performing, who she was at Black Excellence a couple years ago. So look out for Black Excellence. And then
gotta do a little dance on number 2 with Yola. You gotta do that.
I wonder what's gonna be the Yola thing. They could do an Ian Heldenleben.
I might could see that in person.
And then of course, yeah, like I said, the Pan American music initiative, which has been something that he's done for the past couple years. There's also going to be a LA Phil commission inspired by the Great Wall of Los Angeles, which is a mural here. And there was one other thing I wanted to highlight. They're doing another evening of concertos that are going to highlight artistry within the orchestra. So a bunch of the orchestra musicians are going to be doing concertos, including Chris Hanulik, who's the principal bassist. So I wonder which one he's going to play. So I will probably go to that. It's on June 4th. The only other, I don't be knowing everybody's name in here. I recognize, though, a cellist. I know Robert Demain is a cellist. Thomas Hooten, I believe, is a trumpeter. Andrew Bain is a horn player. And Whitney Crockett, I believe, is bassoon. And there's a couple in here that I don't recognize. So maybe your instrument is here. We'll see.
Viola there?
If there is, I don't know their name. There's a couple people on here whose names I don't know what they play. So it
was like, girl, we don't want to hear no damn Walton.
But I mean, it could be. I mean, but they do have. Well, they got bass and cello, so they're probably gonna do a little bit of everything. But it's let's see, like 1, 2, 3, 4 people on here that I don't know. So
I might could hear me a little Bartok or a little Walton in person. I can't lie. Like, I am not gonna lie. I could really. I might could see what they talking about down to the Disney.
Well, yeah, we'll see. And then I realized, I was like, dang, I'm not going to remember that, because June 4th, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's coming up. And no, June 4th, 2026. So, yeah.
Also, how this stuff all going to be sold out, because I forgot they released to their subscribers first. I can't wait I want to be a subscriber somewhere so I could get, because Ravinia they didn't release their schedule. They released some of the highlights. And I was like, well, I'm going to be in Chicago thousands of times this year. I might could go to Ravinia. And I realized they released it to subscription holders first.
You could get that was $1,000 thing where you get into the hall 5 minutes before everybody else.
It's like when they came out with no tea to LA Phil, but like I was like, oh, you don't know the girls I be talking to. Oh, you don't know young people.
Oh, they cracked me up with that one. I said, okay, we'll see.
Like, girl, maybe if it was online, you might could get somebody to pay a little $50 for the year, but.
Yeah, we'll see. But
I wonder how that's going. I want to ask. I'm gonna ask somebody how it's going.
Yeah. Shout out to Gustavo. Gracias, Gustavo.
Claro.
looking like that?
Why you looking like that?
Because that's the name of the season. Gracias, Gustavo.
I thought you was just saying stuff.
No.
So I was like, I could say stuff too.
No,
Pero
that's the name
yeah.
of the season. Gracias, Gustavo.
I was ready to say some stuff. My 10 words I know in Spanish.
Period. Biblioteca?
Yeah. I know. Okay, now I know Biblioteca. I know Claro que sí. And pero like, yeah.
Ooh, one of those words is not in Spanish. So, you know basura. You said that yesterday.
Who?
Basura.
Oh, basura, caliente. Oh yeah, I'm real Spanished out. Like, yeah.
Okay. What? Spanished out. All right.
In another life, I already said this. When I learned Spanish, like one day I could see, I want to learn from a Dominican, so I could really I love that accent. Like, they be like, I believe you, sis. Like, you could calm down. I like that energy. Like, so if you Dominican, you listen to this, like, give me lessons. Like, better, like, yeah, like, yeah. Anyway, we gotta do the intermission. I feel like before this, we did the whole intermission. 3 hours before this, we did intermission.
We did?
Yeah, we sat here and talked for 3 hours.
Oh, you saying you don't want to do it?
No, we could do it. Okay, so I was on Instagram because y'all know about my TikTok fast.
You do that? Oh, you said it last week? Oh.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
It's going well. Actually, when you listen to this, I don't know how it's going. And I'm pretty disciplined. It will be going. Now how I bounce back after
you gonna go on a bender. How to find you in there, like
you know that SpongeBob meme when he's like in the corner, he's like, you know.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be. I mean, I wasn't on TikTok much. I mean, it's working because I do most of my TikTok in the morning. So yesterday I was on TikTok for like maybe 45 minutes, which might sound like a lot, but let me tell you something. Right, like I do my mornings. My morning TikTok scrolls an hour just to see what the girl's talking about. Then I eat when I'm eating breakfast. I'm on TikTok. If I need a break from work, I'm on TikTok. I do when I need to decompress from work. I'm on TikTok. When I got the shower and I do my little cool off, I'm on TikTok. It's part of my day. It's part of my life. So I'm excited to see who I am as a new person. Because maybe I use TikTok less. But why? Like, hey,
I'll find you in there with your eyes pinned open.
So little joy in this life. Right. I can tell you don't be on. Oh, you don't be on TikTok. You be on TikTok more now?
Unfortunately, yeah. And it's crazy because the reason why I did that is to, like, you know, because I think when we were talking about it and you was kind of like, we got to be in the mix, like, you know, see what's going on.
In the mix, yeah.
But and I'm in the mix and there ain't no book stuff on my stuff. So I'm like, I'm doing this and I'm wasting more time on my phone and I'm not even getting no ideas from
TikTok. So wait, look at I got a nigga want this so bad about to what you doing? Oh, I just realized that made no sense to the people listening at home. Anyway, so I was on Instagram and Kevin Hart was on the Breakfast Club because he has a new cartoon now, which Cree Summer is doing a lot of the voices in. I said, you know what? Hell yeah, because Cree Summer is like literally voice acting goddess. Mm-hmm. Freaking Tommy Pickles, like she way back with it. Anyway, he was talking about like the importance of when you only do one thing. He was saying how you kind of limit yourself to grow as an artist because you hit a ceiling. And so he started doing, because Kevin Hart and Keke Palmer have the same reputation in my opinion as workers, because they always doing something. Kevin Hart keep a job. He and Keke Palmer, they gonna be on somebody's mic, they gonna be on somebody's set, they gonna be doing something. And I just wanted to talk about if that applies to classical music or not, especially like we've talked about this in certain iterations before, but we're literally on episode 315. So
I think this is 317.
My bad. So we've done 317 intermissions. So But does this apply to classical music? And this, should you as a classical musician be branching out to do other things? Now, obviously, you're gonna hear two people that do that. So, obviously, there's the argument against it, but I'm also wondering, like, how does that make sense? Like in 2025, does that make sense to just be like, I do one thing? And to be honest, I don't even think classical musicians even do. Most don't do one thing. But anyway, what are your thoughts on that?
I think, yeah, it depends on what you consider one thing. Because I feel like if you go to any, like, artist leadership or, yeah, any type of program like that, they're going to be telling you, to diversify your portfolio. But what they mean is, like, within classical music.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are teaching as well. Or, they might have, I don't know, some of y'all making violin bags, y'all making reeds for people. People just got different stuff going on, or like they still teach. They still pushing the whole idea of like a personal brand and make sure your website is this and that. Some people writing on the side, some people doing all that. So I mean, those things, a couple of them that I just named are more outside than like having a teaching job and gigging. But most people, I feel like classical musicians can't even afford to be doing. There's few people that can afford to this is just my one classical music job.
Yeah, you gotta be like, I feel like even people, I remember wondering, like, if you in the LA Phil and you making on the upper end of their pay scale, why do you still have students? Why do you still whatever? But it's kind of like, I'm talking to Jen about this. It's kind of like in your training to be a hustler. It's like, yeah, I got this thing, but I might pick up me, 5-10 students on the side or whatever. It's a kind of part of it to be a hustler. And
it's like, you leaving money on the table, and also some people probably enjoy it, but you leaving money on the table because a lot of people want to study with you. Like you will never want for students. Like
you in the LA Phil, like you would never want for students.
Yeah, so it's like,
or even the local orchestra, depending on where you are.
Yeah, it's like it makes sense, and a lot of you're very sought after. But then I think when you get to doing, like, when your other stuff spans to like outside of classical music, then that might be the whole frowned upon part.
Yeah, but I want to have fun, like. Oh, never mind. No, it's good.
I also think, some people be having to have other stuff going on, like, because some of them orchestras don't be paying them that much. That one person you was telling me about.
There's so many people I was telling you about.
Like, depending on what type of orchestra job you got.
I think it also depends on your goal. Like, obviously Kevin Hart wants to be wealthy. He's good at a lot of things. He's charismatic. Like, he can, because even some of the things he mentioned was like going on Kai Cenat's stream, and it's like, yeah, he's very good at that. Like, just being a buffoon. Like, them little clips. I haven't watched the full stream because, please.
He always yelling.
Who?
Kai Cenat.
Oh, he be yelling. I don't be paying attention to him much.
Always yelling.
Because that Drewski Kevin Kai combination, the Kevin Drewski combination is hilarious to me. Like, they just are very funny together, very unserious, so I enjoy that. But he was saying, and also that kind of went into the whole like networking thing and making sure that there was several conversations that could be had from that one clip that I sent you, but he also went into making sure that you're collaborating with people and stuff like that. But I think that can vary depending on the industry, because if you're trying to be an orchestral musician, like, what you collaborating for? Like win the job, girl.
Right, collaborate with them excerpts.
Yeah, collaborate
right.
With network across with Beethoven. But yeah, you got two creative people who trying to do something, make something in shape. I mean, I'm always going to advocate for doing multiple things, but cause it's a long life. Like, it's a long life.
Cause it ain't. The list over here is just getting longer and longer.
And that's why I overwhelmed myself. That first quarter checking gonna be. I already am leaning into it. I finally feel like I got a spark of inspiration. So I'm ready to get going on quarter 2. But let me tell you, quarter 1 was a wash. Not in always. Personally, my quarter 1 was great.
Oh,
but
I'm sure
you can't just let me say something. You can't.
I can agree.
Let me act like I don't know.
It was bad.
No, it was great.
Okay, and I agree with you. See, she only like when we disagree.
Okay.
Like,
anyway, my quarter 1 was great. Like, productively, you can't be regular. You know what you're doing, but like, I feel like I just was getting by. So I'm gonna wake that up. Because when Dalanie disrupted my morning a couple of days ago, let me tell you,
what did I do?
It's like, how many days without peace? 0. How many days with peace? 0.
See, you can't even put it together. I don't even know what you're talking about.
When you sent me that tweet, it was like, if somebody followed you. I saw that. I opened my phone and I forgot about it because I had to. I think it was a
because I was like,
mechanism.
Dang, she.
But then because I was doing my situation.
Because the tweet, it said, if somebody followed you around for a week, but they believe you were serious about your goals.
I literally, I picked up my phone. I put it back down. I said, not today. Not on my phone that I pay for. I was like,
whoa. Actually, thank you for reminding me. I need to put that on my wall.
Actually, hell yeah.
I need to put that on.
No. I'm finna get me a whiteboard. Because I've been putting off the whiteboard. I'm gonna get me a whiteboard, and I'm gonna make that. My alarm right now says something that I think I can. It said that for a while, so I'm gonna change it to that. I'm actually gonna change it to that, like, because the way that kind of, I was mad first, but then it really woke up something to me, and then I was listening to that project that made me like, okay, I'm ready to get, like, I have to get through quarter 1 because now it's like personal things, and my friend is getting married.
What?
Personal things and my situation has me busy through the end of March, but April quarter 2, like, I'm not playing around. Like, it's time to lock back in, because that tweet paired with a spark of inspiration I got from, of course, Issa Rae, I was like, yes, I'm locking. But I literally was like, oh, not on my phone. Not on this land. But wow. Yeah. I'm going to change it to my alarms.
I was like, because they would never believe it.
They might believe it with Classically Black.
I could not convince them.
And they saw also that the less TikTok tool, it's like, I could actually convince somebody if I lock back in. Because it's like, I understand TikTok's a problem. I just enjoy it. A nigga can't enjoy nothing, like, dang.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, I forgot about that. Wow. Yeah. Serious about your dreams. I mean, because now I'm starting to get in my head, like, I do go to my writer's group.
Well, yeah, they might believe you are.
But it's like, final draft, I might open final draft and be like, girl, you might have to log back in. Like,
okay. They definitely wouldn't believe me.
When was the last time I worked on a script?
Definitely would not believe me. They would be like, so is your dream
okay, we could just
fusing into your bed? Like, becoming one with the mattress? If that's my dream, which actually it kind of low-key is. So yeah, we walk back around.
You better be careful, because God love a little joke.
Yeah, actually, hold on.
Now you break both your femurs. And
oh my God.
God love a little healer. I know he be having a ball up there. We just his little Sims.
Please.
I don't play with him because everything gotta be a lesson. Just like, can I just be? Everything gotta be a lesson. Everything.
My whole life is a fable.
Like, everything gotta be like, you already had all them people do all that work. You got Jonah ate by the whale. You saw that video of that dude who got ate by a whale? He didn't get eaten by a whale. That whale swallowed, like.
I heard about that.
Girl.
You saw a video?
It was girl, one day he was there, one minute he was not, then the next minute he was back. The whale swallowed him, not swallowed, but like put his mouth around him and then spit him back out.
What type of, he probably, the fuck?
The whale was like,
The hell?
And also, he was on a kayak too. So like, that's all pointy in here. Like,
oh, he fell the whole boat. What kind of whale was it?
I think it was some big old blue joints. I think it was that because a killer whale's not big enough to eat you. Well, comfortably.
Right? No. Yeah.
I think it was one of them big blue.
And then the inside of the mouths are so scary. The like.
Can you imagine just looking around?
You know what they look like? I don't think they're technically teeth. They're like.
Sorry.
It looks like a brush.
The little brush thing.
Yeah. Oh my god! I feel like there's one in here right now.
Oh my god!
I feel like one is gonna come up.
Yeah, out the wood.
Yeah.
It was terrifying. Imagine being in the mouth, and then you just in the mouth. You like, so this is it. And what does it feel like to get swallowed?
Because you're not even he did. So it was just in his mouth. They didn't swallow him. Like he didn't go down.
No, it was like he was literally like Jonah.
Yeah, he probably was making a ruckus. That's your best bet. Because you're not even thinking, like, I'm finna get out of here. But, like, I guess that's your best bet is to just start.
But I wonder what I would do if I was.
Because now he's thinking, but then the whale, like, oh, I guess I gotta chew this up more.
And he was such a nonchalant king. I wonder if he was still in shock. But he was like, yeah, one minute I was in my boat. The next minute I went in, it was dark everywhere. And he was like, yeah. I'm like, what do you mean, yeah? What do you mean by that, king?
That's by the ocean. I don't play with her. It's not my business what's going on in there. So.
And they're getting a little handsy now. They starting to be less afraid. Dolphins be doing all type of stuff. The killer whales be killing for spoil. That's what they be doing anyway. But when that anglerfish got washed up, it's like we're starting to see more and more. I think that was a little bit more of a sad thing. It was a baby, right?
I heard people was like, yeah, so this is not a good sign. They're not supposed to be up here.
Well, good thing we have climate change personnel in the government that can assist with this. Climate change, environmental
right.
science.
They gonna change it all right. They ain't gonna change it.
Yeah. And when it's 73 degrees in Toronto in January,
like,
we'll start feeling it.
Like, yeah, it will be changed. I just saw something I don't want to spread misinformation. It was something about them tearing down a whole bunch of trees. I was like, so what?
Just have at it. Because what are we supposed to do now? I can't worry about it. I'm the wrong person to talk to about this. Have at it. Cut the trees down. Melt out. Matter of fact, let me help you. I can go to the glaciers with a blow dryer and help out. Let's melt it faster. What else we got to do? I got a whole bunch of recycling. I was going to put in the blue thing. We could just put it in the ocean right now. What else y'all want? Yeah,
I'll wrap the little soda can things around the sea turtles myself.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll go pluck up all them turtle eggs and throw and crack them up. Y'all worry about the egg shortage. There's a whole bunch of eggs in the sand right now. The turtles done laid. You might as well just crack them open. There you go.
Turtle eggs. I wonder what that tastes like.
Probably better than gonna be served at the camps.
All right, we can't get back to the camps. Okay, we can't get back to the camps. What's the we done with the intermission?
Girl, we've been doing the intermission before it barely started. But yeah, thank you for listening to this segment entitled "Inspiration with Classically Black." I hope you feel inspired and ready to take on the day. And if you are a naturally anxious person, sorry, you still have made it worse.
Oh, they definitely would have made it this far. They probably started listening about 5 episodes ago. So,
oh yeah, around the inauguration, the great before. Okay, so just to keep the lighthearted conversation going, we're talking about gender pay disparities. It is Women's Month. Happy International Women's Day. Is that today or yesterday?
It's today.
So
as we're recording this today,
girls were posting yesterday talking about Happy Women's Day.
Oh no!
See, we already the country divided.
I gotta post. I was gonna post because we have a little graphic for our episodes about women. I was gonna just post it on a story.
I see. Well, anyway, we're talking about wage disparities, and basically, on average, women make. I always don't know how to say this. Women make 84% to the dollar.
So 84 cents for every dollar a man makes.
Yeah. which and hasn't changed much actually in the last like 20 years or so, which is interesting. And there's like multiple figures, like in general it's that 84% you're gonna see that, but there's also like the excuse me, the unadjusted figure, which is like in the 60%, and that accounts for like everything. Like there's more men working somewhere. It accounts for the fact that women tend to go for lower paying jobs. If your TT a judge, I'm not talking about her clearly. I'm just saying like on average, girl. Cause no, girl. On average, like women be teachers. Women be that might be obsolete actually. What do you need teachers for?
Oh right.
Yeah, so I was looking for something else, girl. But women,
we all gonna be panhandling soon, so we can't get busking.
I was like, when I saw the mom had to pay to get my dress altered, I was like, I'm gonna start selling front. I'm like, it never came down to that.
Got our episode title.
Yep.
That's insane.
I was like, LA not a real place. I got a guy in Rochester that did this dress for $20. Anyway, women tend to go for lower paying jobs, and that also like it talk a huge thing with wage disparity is like women tend to ask for less money when they get into a role. Women also take hits for like being family, like taking care of family, and men actually get rewarded for that, which is interesting. What's not interesting, it's like typical, I guess, like if you would think, but I was like, what? And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot what kind of society we live in. It's like little stuff like that. Like a woman will make. There was a report that like an MBA student, like 13 years out from graduation, a woman MBA is making 54% like less than her male counterparts. Like went to the same school, same program, same everything. So that's what we're dealing with when we talk about how this applies to classical music, if it does. And yeah.
Well, I feel like one of the biggest cases of like gender pay disparity in classical music happened a few years ago, and this happened like right at the beginning of Classically Black. So I feel like maybe we might have talked about it at some point. There's no way to know.
No way. It's not like we can go to the episode title.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not the description. Definitely not our memories. That's the last place we can go.
That's the last place.
But there was a labor dispute in the Boston Symphony Orchestra with their principal flutist who said that she was getting paid only about 75% of what she viewed as her closest comparable colleague, which was the principal oboist, who was a man. And so I think this was the first, at least from what I've read, the first a gender pay dispute brought to, she sued the orchestra, so brought to court by a player at a major orchestra. I don't really know about outside of that, but basically there was a new law that went into effect in Massachusetts that said that it requires equal pay for, quote, comparable work. That's the language of the law. So it was passed in 2016, but it didn't go into effect until 2018 because it gave employers the opportunity to rectify any past disparities in pay. And so she ended up suing them for about $200,000 in unpaid wages because of this. So one of the things, I read a couple things on this. One of them said, it was like an interview, was the guy who covers classical music for the Washington Post. He was doing an interview on it with NPR. And what he said, and I couldn't find the language of the actual like lawsuit or what they said, but what he said was, when she said, okay, you guys are not paying me enough, I'm making $70,000 less than him. The guy from the Washington Post in the interview said that the orchestra came back and was like, well, the oboe is harder than the flute. And I was like,
okay, what?
I was like, that don't sound like something the orchestra would say.
At all.
That's why I was like, he must be paraphrasing that or something.
Like,
because I'm like, ain't no way they went to the courts with that.
Ain't no way.
Like, that, because that's not even the reason. like, I'm not gonna hold you. When I think of the highest paid people in the orchestra, now the principal oboe is up there. I think that's supposed to how it's supposed to be. The concert master principal oboist. I think it's some orchestra's principal horn as well is up there too. But also, we don't know what is it, because they didn't disclose how much they settled the lawsuit. They didn't disclose how much they settled it for.
She's still there?
Now that I don't know. But they what was I about to say? They settled it. Oh, I don't know how much she was asking for. And I don't know how much she was asking in unpaid wages, but I don't know how much she was asking for in terms of a raise, because that wasn't really part of the lawsuit as far as I know. It could have been part of the settlement, but again, we don't know how much they settled for. So even though she was making $70,000 less, and like we said, the principal oboe is probably going to make more than you regardless. Maybe she wasn't asking to be paid the exact same amount as him. She was asking to be paid more, though. Maybe she wants to make $20,000 less than him, or like whatever. Like maybe she recognizes, okay, he's going to get paid more, but you know, you just never know. But one thing that that came up was that I guess because he was her closest, technically, like her closest colleague, you know, they play a lot together. A lot of the same, just like in the orchestra functions are kind of similar in terms of the music. That's who she cited as her closest colleague. But it also turned out that she was getting paid less than like a couple other people, a couple other principal players. I think the principal violist, principal trumpet.
Dang, you principal flute gonna pay less than principal viola?
Oh, they not even playing nothing by themselves. Like,
I might start a ruckus too. Okay, hold on, wake this up.
And I think that it kind of, the whole thing with the oboist ended up being the line, because it was the closest, I guess, even to like an outside person, you could say, like, it's the easiest to explain and the easiest connection for people to make. But to me, as somebody who knows, I mean, I ain't been in no orchestra, but for somebody who knows more about how orchestra works than like the average person, it seems like it's a better case, like, say, oh, you make the same or you make less than the principal viola or something who's a man. All of those people that I just named, viola, trumpet, horn, all men.
I'm also wondering, like, how long she been in the orchestra, but it's still like, it still is odd to me that principal viola making more than principal flute, unless she new to the orchestra.
I had been, she had been there for like 15 years.
Yeah, so yeah, they playing in your face, girl.
And he had been making more. I think they joined around the same time. He was older than her though, so he might have been there earlier, but also he could have been somewhere else before. I don't know. But apparently she had been making about that much less for all of those years. So she was like, yeah, it's time to,
I wonder if she's still there
to clean that up. But in the lawsuit, it said that despite the fact that they played next to each other and are both, quote, leaders of the orchestra in similarly demanding artistic roles, that was the language that I guess her team used.
No, she's not there.
Oh, she not?
Well, because it wasn't like the newly appointed principal flute. It's someone named Lorna McGee.
Oh yeah, she's a Suzuki person. So
okay. Wow, you've been infiltrated,
girl. Because the flute conference, we sent some stuff over there, so I had to make like a graphic with her on it and all that. I have my business out there. I'm about to cut that out. No, I'm just kidding.
But this other girl, was it Elizabeth Rowe? Oh,
Yeah,
she was there till 2024.
Oh, okay. So she stayed after her stuff.
But where's she at now?
I was about to say where she at now. And you know who I really want to know where they at? That one, the Baltimore Symphony lady. You remember? She was showing her ass.
Oh, she probably got it somewhere. I'm gonna look her up too.
I forget her name, but she had her tinfoil hat on. She was gone. I was like, oh, your stuff gone.
Okay.
But there's a lot of there were some people saying that it's hard to make a direct comparison between orchestral players. I don't know. Also, like, I would be interested because there's just a lot that goes into how, like, that's decided. And I feel like it would be helpful to know, what she was asking for. But even people that play like in the same section, like both section members will make less, depending on like who was there first and like your seniority and stuff like that. But I feel like this was one of the only like conversations that we had on a larger scale in classical music about gender pay disparity. Oh, and it was also a timpani player also who was making more than her principal timpani. But I because I wasn't like in the mix at the time that this was going on in 2018. I don't know what the general like consensus was for how people felt about it.
Yes, we just got. You said we just got into the space, so it wasn't. I can't tell. Her LinkedIn still says she works there. Emily Scala.
That's her name. Yeah.
I can't really figure it out.
That's the lady from Baltimore.
And it says she's still at Peabody. I'm going on Peabody website. I feel like it's worse to keep her at Peabody than it is to keep her at.
Right. Y'all got Orchid. Oh, but that's BSU. Yeah, because they packed her up. She was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got fired in 2021.
But she still says, so maybe she don't be updating her LinkedIn.
I wonder what she doing, because she was like a COVID denier, and she was saying all kind of crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna look her up. I'm gonna try to see what she doing.
Hopefully talking to that lady.
Because it's been a while.
Oh, no, she's not there. Well, I searched the name Scala. Nothing came up. Good.
Flutes by the Sea had her up on something.
Oh, yeah, she don't work there no more. See, now I'm going to be messy because when did Aaron start?
Who?
Aaron Goldman.
Oh.
When he started.
That's who replaced her?
I don't know. Oh, he went to Eastman. Hey, girl. But I want to know when did you start?
Guest principal flute of the Sao Paulo, London, Chicago, and Singapore orchestras.
Now I wonder, do your guest people know about your shenanigans?
I was about to say heavy on that outside the U.S. stuff.
I'm sure you are.
They do not be caring.
But they probably encouraging.
I'm about to say you can do anything. You go roundhouse kick a baby in the head as long as you can play.
As long as you can play,
you will have a job in Europe. I bet you.
There is nothing. You can do anything in Europe.
Right. Because I don't want to get into some of the people y'all had over there.
That Argentinian dude, the conductor.
I don't remember who that is.
Is he from Argentina? He was doing something shifty in Argentina.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. He was an opera singer.
It's like
he was doing something weird, and then you had that one conductor from the Met. It took him a long time to cut him loose. He was doing inappropriate things with the boys.
Oh
apparently.
Shoot, I didn't know it was all that.
Yeah.
I just remember Argentina.
No, this is a different guy though.
Oh.
But the guy I'm talking about, he's a conductor. The guy you talking about is an opera singer. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, girl. If you played an instrument, you ever had the feeling to shake a baby, you go do that and then go get out the country, go to a country that don't extradite. You be principal by the end of the year.
As long as you're hitting them notes, they do not care.
Yeah, you can do anything.
But I wonder what happened to her. And then there was also a trombone player in Austin Symphony. They packed her up too. She was on some crazy stuff. She was saying all kind of crazy George Floyd stuff. I was like, oh.
And the thing is, like, this is
probably bringing her back though. They're probably bringing her back though. This new situation we got going on.
She's probably on the party
right.
list.
She probably the concert master now.
Yeah.
To hell with tradition.
Yeah. We like the mix ensemble. We're gonna put that trombone right there on first chair. When it's time to soon, we're gonna play a B flat. Man, this is why I was ranting to Dalanie about professionalism a couple of days ago, because I had my anxiety through the roof. because I was like, everybody got to be professional, but everybody can say something slick, and y'all don't want to hear what I say when I slick.
Give us an example, sister.
Like, y'all don't want to hear because I started putting that guard down. Y'all don't want to hear when I gotta say something.
What were you saying the other?
So anyway, I was like,
huh?
All I simply said is you could say something slick, but when I tell you which part of your mother that suck, now it's like, oh, Katie, that's unprofessional. But you could say something slick. And if I saw that broad doing all that rah-rah on Facebook, I'm coming up to you in rehearsal because say it to my face. Because so I could take that trombone and wrap it around your neck. That's what I don't like. You got all this old George Floyd this, George Floyd that. Say let me see you at rehearsal because I'm gonna press you at rehearsal. I'm going to press you, and people like I'm tired of that professional stuff. Especially like my situation wasn't nothing crazy. I didn't really care for the principal of Viola's at MSO because I thought she was rude and she didn't like me being a fellow. I'm gonna tell you, girl. But like she ain't do nothing. She just was. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that. But she ain't do nothing to me. But I would have said something because people said that if it came to that, I'm finna say something because I'm tired of like you having to be professional. Everybody else don't gotta be professional,
right? Because y'all always worried about the reaction, but never the action. Wouldn't be no reaction without no action. That's what the re is for. You always want to come to now. Oh, you took it too far. No, because we had to stay far enough. Actually, we had to stay at the starting line. And then they took us here. I wouldn't have been able to get over here from here. If we had to stay back here.
If everyone actually kept it professional, y'all won't be saying no slick stuff. Like, that's the issue.
I don't like that.
Cause now when I get out of line, like I might say something, and now it's a problem. And you lucky I'm not violent, because I really could have you swallowing rosin. You lucky I'm not a violent person. Like you lucky I'm not violent. Is it?
I was thinking about putting you gonna take a pops down somebody's throat. That's crazy.
Like now you gonna be for months. Like,
oh my gosh! And imagine that coming out the other end.
Yeah, good luck. You gonna have to. I don't think your body gonna break that down, girl.
Especially you putting it with the little y'all stuff coming in the little wooden thing.
You gotta pass the rosin and the wooden thing.
That's crazy.
I don't know. You might have to get cut open. You might have to get cut open. For that one, everybody gets to be unprofessional except Katie.
Have you ever thought about rosin as the forbidden snack? How people be calling it?
No. Have you ever tasted it? You had a bite?
Not a bite.
Not judging, of course. Just asking.
Not a bite.
I've never tasted rosin. Ever. Never. I never was like. I'm
trying to think. I probably have.
What did it taste like?
But I don't think I swallowed it.
But what did it taste like? What was the texture? It seemed like it would be chalky. And...
Well, ours is different.
Right.
Ours is softer.
I feel like it would just make your mouth dry immediately.
Some of ours is softer. I'm pretty sure I probably did when I was like younger, and I would have been Pops because that's what I used a couple years ago, and Pops is real sticky. But I was like, tree sap on. We could put it on some pancakes. Doing that for your channel?
Yep. I've never. I want to know if people tasted rosin. Kids be doing all type of stuff. I'm sure people have tasted it.
Yeah.
Because you told the girls it's tree sap. It's just not.
Yeah, I've never ingested rosin for sure.
No, never.
Especially like if I did, it would have been like you remember when Squidward took a bite of that Krabby Patty.
But you know what happened to Squidward after that? If you got a rosin thing,
it's too late for that for me. So
I wasn't even talking about that now because. And matter of fact, Delanie's a night owl. I'm a morning person, and I bet you be in here microwaving rosin when I ain't looking. Because rosin, you like rosin, don't you, Delaney? I ain't judging.
I would see how it melts down. I've heard people melting down their rosin, not to eat it though, but to like mix a cake.
Can you melt it down, or will you have to put it in a double boiler? I feel you couldn't put it in the microwave.
No, like on the stove.
Yeah, you have to like do a little double boiler.
And I don't know how y'all's work. I hate hard rosin, but
it don't look. I've never was like, ooh, I might could.
Yeah, y'all's don't, but Pops would be golden brown.
It'd be nice. Okay.
You just.
I'm being supportive. No, you're not.
The
only time I'm straight late, so I'm
you
trying.
You are, and you agreed.
But I feel I'm not judging.
Okay.
I'm not. Do I think it's a little off center? Like, you have to show me what this pops looks
It
like.
looks like a Turkish delight, almost, but without the powdered sugar, of course.
You like Turkish delights?
I've never had them.
They taste like candles to me.
I think because like it just looks. It looks. Am I thinking of the right? I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the right thing. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen this rosin.
Yeah, pops over there. You want to try
Oh,
some?
this is what my kids use when I was top public school.
Want to try some?
When I was under that affliction.
This time. It's vegan. Got some over there.
Everybody has different experiences. I've never looked at this rosin and be like, I could lick this.
Well, hold on. You gotta get a fresh cake. Look at it.
We looking at the same one, girly pop. Like, they make candy that looks just like that.
Exactly. That's what makes it look appetizing, but you don't eat it because it's rosin and you eat the candy. That's what I mean. Like, it's not like you literally want to eat the rosin, but it looks like candy. It's like
because some people eat little like chalk because they got that. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Pica, right?
It's like when you make when people make those super realistic soaps that look like food. You may, but it makes you want to eat like, oh, I want a cupcake. You don't want to bite into the soap. You want to bite into a cupcake, but the soap looks like a cupcake. So that's why it makes you think. Okay, Katie.
I see what you're saying.
No, you don't. It's fine.
I know I do. I understand what you're saying.
I'm sure. Yeah, you understand the words coming out. Look at the shine on it. Dang, Pop's $12.99 now. That inflation. $13.99. They sell Pops at Target. Sorry, 21. It's a 2-pack. I was about to say.
It's at them tariffs. What country it come from? You saw he reversed his tariffs.
He did?
Like 2 days later. It's a game.
Girl, I can't keep up with what he got going on. I really, because I didn't know that.
He reversed some of them.
Let's see.
Well, it's been 2 days later, so I don't know what it is now.
You know what's crazy? Apparently there was a photographer who captured, it was a Canadian goose and a bald eagle fighting.
No way.
No, and it was like, this is crazy. This was like
AI.
2 days ago. No, it was 2 days ago. It was crazy. They were
AI.
like, this is symbolism. I was like, oh my God.
What's his name? Trudeau was like, yeah, so if you want it, we got it.
Hopefully it was AI, but the thing I saw it on was pretty reputable. Yeah, it's all reported everywhere. Global News, New York Post, The Guardian, National Post. Who won, I wonder?
Where would a goose and an eagle be in the same place? Oh, it's a video.
The moment of brawl between a Canada goose.
See, and I feel like it's a symbolism too, because why are you eagle who be high up in the trees down here worried about what I got going on?
Like,
it's like days without peace. Then even the animals getting it. Oh, but this goose not backing down.
Oh, I look like he's stomping each other out. They stomping each other out.
But what is the eagle doing down here? That's what I'm confused.
But they be coming down for food, right?
Yeah, I thought they be coming down and then going back up. Oh, he must have grabbed up. He must have thought the goose was one of them.
Like, they tussling.
Bald eagles look so scary.
Well, that's fitting.
Like, why you got high waters on? Like, why his fur don't go all the way down?
He flooding, I guess.
Yeah, like.
And they talons be all sharp and they beak sharp. Everything's sharp over there. Like,
is a goose losing?
Kind of look like it. Kind of look like he getting stomped out. Because he don't got as many weapons. Because they got webbed feet, don't they? It's like, you got somebody with...
Yeah.
The talons are sharp.
Oh, that goose look like he... And then he
could fly away all high up.
Yeah, that's symbolism to me. Because it's like, go back up where you was at. That's what you bought. That's why you bald now. You're not worrying about what you got to worry about.
It is? That's why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, oh, this man, all the poor goose. He probably didn't know what's going on.
Or maybe they got a shared avian language.
You know they go say that word.
All right, this has been wonderful. It's been
a weird day.
It has been. My eyes are glazing over, so.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
Pay women more.
Yep.
That's the end cap. Hopefully you found this conversation riveting. Move on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Time for Black Excellence, where we hype you up, gas you up, and give you your props because there's room for everyone at the top. This week I'm talking about Karen Lori Tucker. She is a violinist at the Kennedy Center Opera House, and she has been since 1992. And hopefully, because it's literally her time. She trained at the University of Louisville. Hey, Caitlin. And University of Texas at Austin. Before Kennedy Center Opera, she was in the Munich Chamber Orchestra from 1979 to 1989. In 1985, she won a position with the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra as assistant concertmaster. And she was only there for 4 years. And then she did 2 years with North Carolina Symphony. And then she went back to DC. She went to DC to do her biggest one. So yeah, shout out to you, Miss Lori Tucker. Play that violin, girl. Yeah.
Period. My piece of the week is Bach Suite 6 Sarabande.
What? Bach.
Oh yeah. I usually just say Bach.
You didn't say Bach right now?
I did.
That's why.
But
Yeah.
I was just saying, I usually say Bach.
Because I always can't be doing all that.
I thought you was the one that said that you did do that.
Did I say that? I be saying stuff. I be forgetting even the clip you posted today. I'm like, did I say that? Maybe I said that. Like, I just don't remember. It depends on.
Because it also just seemed a little extra. Bach.
I'm literally from Chicago.
Like, Bach.
From Evanston. I got my gym shorts on from high school.
Okay, skinny mini.
Wait, so you didn't have mandatory gym in high school?
First 2 years.
Did you have gym uniforms?
I can't remember. I think.
Because I have a student who's in middle school, and for PE, they don't have gym uniforms. And I'm like, you got middle schoolers doing PE with no gym uniforms.
I definitely had them in middle school.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember high school. I remember having PE. I just can't remember what we was wearing. But I'm sure we definitely changed. I remember being in the locker room and changing. I remember because of stupid broad. Sorry. I remember one because my phone got stolen in the locker room. Public school. Yay. They stole my phone and my Subway gift card. And then I remember another, we had, I went to our school. So the PE was in the dance building because it was like built for, had locker rooms and stuff. And the I remember this dance lady. I was like, yeah, girl, okay. She was like, you guys hurry up. I'm gonna send you guys out there right now. Like, we're literally naked. You're not gonna send us outside. Like I hate what y'all be doing. And you feel you so small in your life. You feel like you gotta buck up to some freaking 14-year-olds. Like, okay, girl. I guess we gotta let you have that one.
No tea, but you teach PE. Like, I know PE's important.
She was one of the dance instructors.
Oh.
But that's why she was in there. Because we was like, who even are you? Like...
Wait, how did they steal your stuff? You didn't lock your locker?
We couldn't. We didn't
what?
Have a locker in the locker rooms because the locker rooms wasn't for us to do PE. It was just a locker room. So you just had to leave your stuff. And apparently they locked the thing, but they ain't locked the thing.
And also because I'm thinking like on the school packing list for middle school is a gym lock. You must have a gym lock.
Oh yeah, and that was in high school. But I had a locker, but my locker was in the music building because I'm a music student. And in the actual locker room, I'm guessing that was like the dance people. They had those lockers in the actual locker room.
My high school was big though, I mean, also my middle school because you have your locker, then you have your gym locker.
I mean, I don't know what but
also
y'all probably built y'all lockers in metal shop.
Okay, but also like Illinois requires. Oh, so does California, but maybe not not to the extent Illinois. Illinois requires PE education all 13 years that you're in school every day.
That's ridiculous. I mean, it's not. That's why.
The only way you can get out of it is you play.
I'm in the situation I'm in now. So.
Well, I'm also in the situation. So, but you can't. This show is over. We can talk about this later. I just realized.
Yeah, wait. I said the piece of the week. Okay, this is the outro.
Well, just like I could literally just tell you, I live with you. Thank you so much for listening to Classically Black Podcast. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Classically Black Podcast. Join the Ebony Tower. Today's been crazy. What is it called? Patreon.com/Classically Black Podcast. Thank you for listening. Yeah, actually, thank you very bigly.
Thank you.
Very, very bigly. And we will see y'all next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.